And welcome to the Horror Greenbook, the channel that takes you from coast to coast and con to con. I am your travel guide, Brendan, and today we are continuing the holiday fun here in the Scary Sanctuary with another addition to the live watch party. Tonight we will be watching P2. And this is a film that I remember watching closer to when it came out in 2007, so 2007. Wow, that's a while ago, getting close to 20 years. But yeah, I remember catching it close to when it came out. I had it on DVD for a while, and literally it's been a while since I've seen it. I would say maybe 15 years. Yeah, so something to that effect for sure. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out. It will be like seeing it again for the first time. I would say that I only remember very little. Like, I remember the immediate gist of the film. Why the protagonist is in danger. So I think this film is pretty similar to ATM. It's another film that takes place in a closed environment. P2 is a parking garage, and an ATM is an ATM. So both are holiday themed films with protagonists dealing with a threat that keeps them trapped in that particular area. I don't think ATM is available to stream currently, or else I thought that that possibly would have been a good double feature with P2. But actually, it is. It's on the Roku channel and the CW. So, depending if anyone wants to stick around, we may do a double feature with ATM with P2, so that would be pretty dope if anyone's down for that. So we'll see. Hey, what's up, Anthony? Thanks for joining. He said the DoorDash just dropped off some fried chicken and wedges with some backup beers. Ooh, yes, sir. It's going down. That's my type of activity for tonight, that's for sure. See, I think I grabbed all of my stuff that I need here. But yeah, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm going to definitely watch P2 tonight, and it looks like ATM is available to stream for free as well on the Roku channel and the CW. So I'm thinking the Roku channel would be the more safe bet to watch. That it would be more so not as edited. Hey, what's up, Joseph? Thanks for joining, Joseph. Merry Christmas Eve to you as well. I'm glad that you guys were able to come in and join. I streamed Christmas Evil earlier, so I figured that it would be a bit easier to show two different movies, one a bit earlier and one a little bit later in the evening, to give people a bit of flexibility as far as when they would like to join on some live watch party fun. So thanks again for being here, y'all. I'm so excited for Nosferatu tomorrow. I was debating on seeing it tonight with AMC, but literally the theater was so packed. I looked a little bit too late, and I decided, I'd feel a little bit better about hanging out with y'all tonight, with in the warm household in the scary sanctuary. Um, got some beer here as well, got some refreshments, and we'll check out some good holiday horror fun. So I'm glad that you guys are here. I know there's a ton of other things that you guys could be doing, but you're spending some time with me here. So that means the world to me, guys. And you're right, Joseph. Make sure to smash that like button. Give me all the likes, guys. So we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna start P2 here in, let's just say, 5 minutes. So we'll run the film at 10 past the hour, and we'll just go from there, and we'll decide whether or not we want to stick around a little bit later and watch ATM. I always get these films confused because they kind of just have that same feel. I think they will make for a very good, double feature for tonight if anyone just feels like hang around a little bit longer. But I had some very nice lasagna earlier during the break, so that really hit the spot. It was lasagna with hot sausage. So so great, very flavorful, really hit the spot. And now your travel guide is nice and recharged and ready for some more horror. You got some cool stuff on Christmas Eve, Joseph. Cool, cool, man. What did you end up getting? I haven't opened up any goodies just yet, but I'm gonna you know, maybe get one in before the clock strikes midnight. So hopefully I'll maybe go through, I'll maybe grab a stocking stuffer. Yeah, I love some lasagna, Anthony. Gotta have some good grub during the holidays, that's for sure. Tomorrow I'm doing Chinese, well, Asian buffet, so we're gonna get a little bit of everything. We're gonna get some hibachi, some sushi, get some chicken, fish, a little bit of everything. And you don't have to worry about dishes or putting up anything, cooking. So that really, really, really hits the spot. Yeah, regulators, mount up. Oh man, hold on, guys. Let me respond to a message here. Merry Christmas. Okay. That's the thing about this time of year. You got a lot of friends and family that send you messages, and they're just like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? Just wanted to send you a quick message to see how things are going." All right, guys, we're a little bit less than 2 minutes from hitting play. Of course, I included the link. It's pinned in the chat to see P2 on Tubi, so that you guys are all queued up. Let's see. Anthony says a gift came early. Was me spending money to see Joe Bob in Vegas. I get that. Yeah, definitely. That's you gotta love those early Christmas gifts. I've been very guilty of indulging in an early gift to myself a time or two as well. Joseph says I got a UK Wildcat hat, Stranger Things coloring book. Got some Santa. Okay. Okay, you got some Funko Pops in the NBA. So the Celtics Funko Pop. Okay, bet, and some coloring pencils. That's dope. My son is really into art as well, so I make sure to always get him some good art supplies, coloring books, some more sketch paper, different things of that sort. So that really is something I know he really appreciates. So that's cool that you're really into art and stuff like that, and into sports as well, Joseph. All right, guys, we have less than a minute. Let me go ahead and make the switch over to my Tubi screen. Can't wait to Christmas. I get that. Yeah, a lot of my Christmas gifts came early. I went on a cruise during Halloween. I went to Joe Bob's Jamboree. There are a few different things, so I really, really was pretty excited for it to come around. All right, guys, press play. All right, let me click this over and grab the chat screen. All right. But yeah, guys, it's been so long since I've seen P2. Like I still have it on DVD somewhere. But it's been a while since I've seen it. For what I remember, it was a pretty decent film. I think I liked this a bit more than I liked ATM. But ATM was pretty good as well. Do do do. You gotta love a good inclusion of a Christmas song, especially when it's meant for nefarious reasons in a horror film. Where you're just like, oh, it's like normally some innocuous song that you've heard a million times that you're grandmas played while making dinner is now made very scary by one of your favorite filmmakers. I think that's pretty cool. I've never seen it, but it reminds me of P1, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Yes, AJ Styles, the man. Yeah, I gotta love some AJ. It's so crazy. As a wrestling fan, it's cool to see him like from his start at TNA and everything, and then when he made that anticipated debut in WWE, it's still one of the loudest pops I've heard in the last what 15, 20 years. Smash that like button. That's good camera use right there. Yeah, it was very good camera movement right there. Yeah, yeah, a lot of fans were really chomping at the bit for AJ to make it to the WWE. Yeah, I'm a bit more of a casual fan now than I was when I was a bit younger, but I definitely stay up to date with what's going on in WWE, AEW, also a little bit of what's going on in the Indies. I mean, I was raised in Memphis, Tennessee, so we were one of the last places to hold out during the territory days. So I have a lot of memories of going to WMC News Studio 5 as a kid and watching a lot of people that would become household names before they were big deals. Oh, you were there when Jericho unified the belts? Oh, man. So it was dead quiet in there after he won. Man, there's some pretty iconic moments out there for, either really good pops or just being quiet. We were just like, guys, are you serious? What's going on? Yeah, it's a bit easier for me to follow the pay per views now, for sure. I follow a lot of YouTubers that will keep me up to date. It's a whole lot easier than devoting a good 2.5 hours to a show, especially when nothing may actually go on that particular week. But yeah, I'm very fortunate to have grown up in Memphis and have seen a lot of those things that I saw. I mean, as hokey as Memphis wrestling could be at times, it could also be very innovative. We're watching P2 Joseph. It's another underappreciated Christmas horror film. The thing that kind of reminds me about Christmas the most with this film is how how it kind of reminds me of how like during Christmas parties or holiday parties, you have that person that may have a crush on someone else and they finally build up the courage to say something. That kind of reminds me of this scenario. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, responding to more and more. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Love it. Yeah, The more and more it became predictable, it definitely just became less must see TV for sure. Ah, let me see. What studio did put out P2? Let me actually look that up. Oh, I forgot he was in this film. P2 was put out by. This was distributed by Summit Entertainment. Yeah, and this was released right after they released the remake to High Tension. Well, their release of High Tension. Jeez. Yeah, it was the first feature film distributed by Summit. Yeah, so after the release of their film High Tension, Alexander Aja and his co-writer on that film developed the screenplay for P2. Yeah, I was reading a little too fast. Just replaying the stream from my Like Scary last weekend, but I'll come back to say hello again. Hey, that's pretty cool, buddy. No problem at all. I'll be right here. We may possibly hang out a bit longer and watch a second flick. So yeah, P2's a good vibe. I remember the first time watching it from someone that just knew I enjoyed horror, and they're just like, "Hey, man, it's something I highly recommend because I know you like different horror scenarios and especially holiday horror films. So I definitely thank them for bringing it to my attention." Okay, perfect. Yeah, I feel like we're pen pals now. Hey, we are. We're buddies. As I said, like everyone that supports this channel, I really really appreciate it, and I consider you all more than just people that support the channel. Like you are real deal friends of mine now, and that's why I think it's great for actually meeting a lot of you all. I'm I'm super excited whenever I can meet you all. I've reached my first ad, but yeah, I'm always really geeked whenever I can meet you all. This movie would be over already if she had AAA. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think that's also why we don't get too many of the when a stranger calls type films anymore because of caller ID. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to meet up, and that's the fun thing about hanging out with y'all. Because sometimes I'll meet people at cons and they're like intimidated to like come up and say something to me or just say hi or what's up or whatever. And that's another reason why I wanted to do live watch parties to kind of like take out that anxiety of meeting me because like if we're chatting now, we've already met. So there should be no fear, if you see me at a con and you're just like, "Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?" We should be able to just catch up like, on a live watch party. So that's a great way of like getting to know everyone. And also sometimes, at a con, we may not have the time to actually really talk much there, but it's like, all right, well, let's meet up afterwards for a drink or, meet up at the after party and, hang out. Oh yeah, I don't doubt that we were probably hanging out at some point in Vegas. I'm definitely looking forward to Vegas again this year. Going to be there for more than a few days because there's two events that I'll be vlogging. So it's going to be the Halloween and Party Expo. So I was registered for press for that. I also will be at Days of the Dead, of course. But speaking of being accepted for press, I was just accepted for press for Transworld. So as long as I'm able to make it there, I will be able to attend and bring you guys all the fun of that event. And I've been wanting to go there for a few years now. Another thing I like about this film is that it doesn't really take too long to get to the horror. It's pretty much a pretty short setup, and next thing you know, you're there. You're getting right into the action. But yeah, I've been wanting to go to Transworld for a while, so I'm gonna be very excited to do that. Speaking of, I need to go ahead and set up my calendar for all the conventions and events that I plan to go to in 2025. The sooner that I can map it out, the less stress that I'll have for forgetting, oh, this convention is this week or this convention is the next week after that. It gives me time to like prepare myself. A lot of it's just preparing mentally for the travel, charging my social batteries, um, just figuring out times of, you know, hey, am I going to get to all the panels that I want to go to? If are there any autographs that I want to get as well? So it's a fine balance. Said Anthony says my buddies have been to Transworld. It's still a chance, but we're trying to start a legit hunt. We ran a dry one like 2 years ago in Idaho. Oh, that's dope, Anthony. Yo, seriously, that would be cool. I love a good hunt. I mean, hunts are what make the spooky season go round. Um, but yeah, I really hope you're able to do that. You know, I definitely want to go to Transworld and the East Coast one, the East Coast Hunters. Um, I was a bit afraid that they weren't going to grant me access, but it's cool that I received the email. I believe yesterday or the day before from whoever does the marketing to let me know that I was accepted, and I'm still trying to see if I'll be accepted for press for Days of the Dead Vegas. It would be nice to save that money that weekend for sure. So I'm waiting to hear from them. I'll give them till like maybe next week. If not, then I'll reach out to my buddy Montavious because I believe he knows the showrunners, and he could probably get out to them to see if they can you know ex- expedite getting a press pass for me. Yeah, thanks a lot, Anthony. I'm hoping so as well. This is such a fun premise for a horror film, especially at a good time for it too, because you got to have those reasons as to why, like, why is she going to be by herself? Why can't she just do this or why can't she just do that? Your glasses are all crappy for work, which is why I have to spell sometimes. Hey, I get that. Yeah, I'm wearing my glasses right now because my eyes needed a break from my contacts. So definitely have to have those moments where, you know, the eyes can breathe and You can actually just rest. It's like your ride's ready, lady, but you're unable to get out. That's what happens when you fall asleep. Oh, Carl. Carl, I got a cab. He's about to take off. Hey, if that was an Uber, the Uber guy would have already have been gone. But the cool thing is, you could have at least messaged the Uber guy to say, "Hey, I can't get out. Can you call the police?" You can't wear contacts. Yeah, they are definitely intimidating. Um, as far as the learning curve with learning to put them in. I remember learning to put them in. I think when did I start wearing contacts? I started wearing contacts seventh grade, maybe eighth grade. I think eighth grade is when I started to wear contacts, maybe. And every morning I had to wake up maybe a good 30 minutes early to learn how to put contacts in. Very frustrating, but it is. It's once you learn it, it's a skill that you learn how to just do at any time. It's funny to think of like in retrospect because it would be so frustrating sometimes. Like my eyes all red from like taking out, putting back in, taking out. Notice that, right? Wait, wait. But I eventually found my technique, and thankfully I did. Yeah, this is when you know people are messing with you. Like the lights are going out, doors locked. I'm stuck in P2. No, you're not being paranoid. There's someone literally after you. Anthony says, I've only been wearing glasses for like 10 years. This is only my second pair. Lost my first ones at a fight at a strip club in Anaheim after the Kings game. At least you have a good story to tell with that. I mean, sometimes stuff like that happens. Yeah, I've been wearing glasses for a while now. Even walking through parking structures gives me anxiety. Yeah, there are some pretty creepy parking structures out there. Like, especially if you take notice on how they're designed or if you're walking through them at night. They definitely have some ones out there where you're just like, yeah, I would not want to choose to be stuck here. Yeah, she's walking through the dark. I mean, even the modern cell phone would have helped her not trip and literally avoid a concussion. Oh yeah, yeah. Earthquakes are a possibility out there. Yeah, I could tell you as a kid, earthquakes were a real major fear of mine as a kid. I mean, mainly because of seeing footage growing up from California. especially from that earthquake that happened in the '90s. That happened during like the World Series and everything during the A's Giants World Series. Yeah, no torch on that bad boy at all. You are at the mercy of your phone brightness. And I think wasn't that also the earthquake that was displayed during Wes Craven's New Nightmare, where they did like some location filming around to survey the damage. Yeah, the Northridge earthquake. Yeah, seeing footage of that quake as a kid definitely is nightmare fuel. Yeah, and a bunch of that Bay Area is built on a landfill. It's crazy. Yeah, where I'm from, it's mainly tornadoes. We have the threat of tornadoes every spring and summer, at least. There have been close calls, but thankfully, I've never been in anything like super crazy in regards to a tornado. I've had a tree um, fall on my house during a tornado when I lived back in Tennessee. That was pretty interesting. I wasn't at I wasn't at home when it happened, but I was at work and coming home to see a massive tree on the house was quite a sight. Yeah, I believe it was. Let me double check. I believe that was the North Ridge quake. And perfect timing because I just got to ad. Yeah, Wes Craven's 1994 horror film New Nightmare incorporated real footage of the 1994 Northridge earthquake structural damage. The film's production team included the earthquake footage to reflect the film's self referential style and to question cinema as a dream metaphor. One scene shows images of destruction and debris through a combination of first person point of view and objective shots. Yeah, I think I remember hearing that through the Never Sleep Again documentary. Yeah, tornadoes are pretty crazy. So I'll be 44 next month. They told us growing up in California, we're already sank into the ocean. Yeah, I hear a whole lot of crazy things in regards to California and like that. Like how like there's an expectation of another quake, any year now, where it's just like, well, we know it's gonna happen, and but we just don't know when exactly, but it'll be in the next 10 to 15 years or some sort of estimate like that, where it's just like, wow, that's crazy. Um, yeah, an earthquake, you could just stand outside. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna rewatch that. I've got a VHS tape of just the news that day. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I love that. That was a cool thing about having a VCR back then. It's just being able to record, the news or just particular moments like that. I mean, those are time capsules for real. Like there's like how there's this guy on YouTube that put up a bunch of footage of television during 9/11, and that's just something that's just like priceless, just to have that. Because for me, I remember being glued to the television screen during that day. I was in school. I was a sophomore in high school. Um, Absolutely crazy to be able to tell future generations that I actually witnessed that. It's kind of like how like you have older people that were like in Hawaii during Pearl Harbor, and they're just like, yeah, I witnessed this and I knew the world was never going to be the same after that. So pretty interesting to have those moments. And you're just like, wow, yeah, I'll never forget that day. And to know that every generation has that moment. And to know that every generation has those movies as well that kind of reflect, the times as a reflection of it. Like how movies couldn't have any plots involving planes for a good like 5 years after that. Yeah, quakes are always overdue. Yeah, volcanoes and earthquakes are always overdue when they happen. I love how he had this Christmas date like all planned out. And for anyone just joining, we're watching P2 and we are at 24 minutes and 39 seconds. Wherever refill is. Yeah, some movies got shelved. Um, I know 9/11 really affected Donnie Darko, one of my favorite films of all time. Like I didn't find out about Donnie Darko until maybe 4 years later, 3 or 4 years after it was supposed to be released. Have you seen Ring of Fire? I saw that as a kid at a local IMAX. Freaked me out. You know what? I don't think I've seen Ring of Fire. I'm trying to recollect if I have. I don't think I have, but I have to check it out. And but what I can tell you is anything in an IMAX experience, especially heightens it if you're a kid. So I don't doubt you being freaked out at all. Yeah, the ending is confusing to you with Donnie Darko. Um, I pretty much have a good grasp on Donnie Darko, but that's probably after like countless times of seeing it. But what I will tell you, in regards to anyone that has a hard time understanding Donnie Darko, I really recommend checking out the director's cut. The director's cut goes a long way of explaining any holes in the story that you may need explaining to you. Like it really takes out a lot of the thinking for it. So if you're someone that's just like, well, that's cool, but what was that? What was the purpose behind this, or what was the whole orbs coming out of the body thing? Um, Literally, the director's cut will answer all of that for you. Yeah, definitely. Highly recommend checking out the director's cut for sure. Um, if someone's never seen Donnie Darko before, I never recommend the director's cut for a first watch because I think that initial confusion of okay, what did this mean? What did that mean? I remember my first time watching Donnie Darko. I had to immediately watch it again because I had so many things and so many questions that I need to sort out. Hey, oh Restless, what's going on? Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry. It was a great time. It was a great watch. But definitely go back and watch the replay for real. We may do another movie right after P2. We may watch ATM because I feel that this movie and ATM are pretty similar in a lot of ways. What you got going on, old Restless? Yeah, Nightcrawler is a good one. A very well done film. Oh, speaking of which, if any of you all are on Letterboxd, I need to actually give you guys the link to See, let me give you guys my link. I love that suspenseful music. All right. If you guys are on Letterboxd, you can follow me. I actually need to add the films that I watched today with Christmas Evil and there's my link to the Letterboxd in the chat, guys. If you guys are on there and you guys want to follow me, another film that I really need to see that I haven't seen in a while is Zodiac. It's a pretty good one as well. Letterbox is a website that lets you kind of like document and log all the movies that you've seen and that you're currently seeing. So it's kind of like a social media platform for movie lovers, and it's a great way to like rank and share movies that you like and things of that nature. So it's also like a good way to like keep track of movies that you may have heard other people recommend. So that's another reason why I had to get on there. Is a lot of people were asking, my opinions on certain movies or what movies I've watched recently. So I decided to sign up, and also it's another way to correspond with you guys. Is anyone seeing Nosferatu tomorrow? Or if not tomorrow, when are you planning on seeing it? Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, Zodiac. I went on a 6 month bender. I'm a huge true crime guy. I was like, I can solve this case. No way. Yeah, the Zodiac case is extremely fascinating. I love unsolved true crime. I love especially I love true crime before the days of forensics and DNA. So I love knowing about like the Vasilla wax the Vasilla axe murders, or the theory of the man from the train, where basically the theory of like the serial killer that could just like skip town to town by just going along the railway, and he just vanish like nothing happened very quickly. It's pretty similar to how like people believe there's like a network of truckers that are serial killers, which is extremely believable. I mean, if you're someone that's extremely transient, you can move very quickly from place to place without being detected. Yeah, it bugs you that the cops saw him. Yeah, I mean, cases can be broken with just a little bit of luck or just a little bit of know-how. Like when you think of like how Richard Ramirez was caught, or you think of like how the son of Sam was caught. I mean, just people noticing something's weird. Like, hey, something's off with that guy. You know? Yeah, San Diego sees some of these psychos, Ted Bundy, Scott Peterson, because I live like 25 minutes from the Tijuana border. Yeah, yeah, I bet it gets pretty interesting down there by the border, especially on the Tijuana side. I mean, of course, being in Texas, we have like El Paso's way through down there. We can go a little bit south. by the Rio Grande Valley. But Tijuana just always has, you know, seemed to always have that reputation of being a bit wild, a bit lawless. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy just to know if like I'm fascinated with the thought of like in regards to true crime, the thought of like serial killer networks, like how with you think of like the Danny Walsh case and how other people were in the same town as it happened. Like Ted Bundy was in the same town that that particular case happened at the same time, same place. People don't believe he did it, but that's just very interesting. Small world. Is that I took the Amtrak. Yeah, Matt Walsh. Jeez, I'm thinking of another case. Yeah, I said Danny. Goodness. Yeah, I took the Amtrak from San Antonio home and I saw Juarez. I'm like, this is worse than Tijuana. Yeah, 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 yeah. It was Dahmer. It's just like so crazy to think. Then I think Henry Lee Lucas, like supposedly he may have had some sort of connection to it. So it's it's very interesting. And the more you dig, you think, wow, maybe someone may have imagined this, but of course, you know, like the saying goes, truth is stranger than fiction. You gotta love a good dog that's used as a villain in the movie. Yeah, Lucas. Yeah, yeah, crazy. It makes me think of the first time I saw Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. I remember being a kid seeing that in the video store for like the longest. Just the cover is just like so unsettling, even though it's just him looking in the mirror. Yeah, the VHS tape about that just has so much mystique around it. It's like I just knew as a kid that I wasn't ready for this movie yet. I knew nothing about it, but I'm just like, no, I'm not ready for this. But it's such a good film. Such a good film. Yeah, you're right, Anthony. It is a great film. I mean, extremely disturbing, but it being disturbing is because of how real it is. All right, my ad just finished. I'm at 37 minutes and 8 seconds. That's so cool to just think of that film. Like if I ever really get the chance to meet Michael Rooker, I definitely want to get something Henry signed by him. It's just cool to see like how that was so early in his career, and you could see like, yeah, this dude's special. Absolutely fantastic actor. I mean, then for him to do, you know, other things like for him to go into the Marvel franchise with the Guardians of the Galaxy and the tears that he was able to make people have in the Guardians movies. If you know, you know. You went all new age outlaws on them, huh, Anthony? Hey, I'm not mad at that. I'm always up for some attitude era shenanigans. Well, it depends on the shenanigans. The attitude era was pretty wild in hindsight. It's crazy how like as a teen, a lot of the attitude era was like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And now looking back as a grown man, I'm just like, ooh, that was kind of cringe. But you know what? As a fan of hip hop and also a fan of wrestling, it's funny as a fan of both how if you are really engulfed in either world as a fan, neither the stories from P. Diddy or Vince McMahon are surprising. All the fans are like, we do. You thought that was shocking? All the evidence was right there in your face. You're a Bret Hart fan for life? Yeah, 90s era was the best. If I like guys who seem legit. Yeah, Bret, I mean, absolutely great worker. My favorite wrestler from that time was Kurt Hennig. I'm a big Mr. Perfect guy. I mean, mat skills. The guy could talk. The guy had everything. One of my biggest things about the wrestling business was that he never got the world belt, but he definitely added to the long legacy of intercontinental champions that were great wrestlers that should have gotten bigger pushes. Like Kurt Hennig, Rick Rude. Oh yeah, and then only that, but Kurt was that guy who was ribbing everyone. I love the stories of guys who are like excellent ribbers, like Mr. Fuji or Owen Hart. I was a huge Owen Hart. I actually liked Owen more than I liked Brett. Yeah, seriously. There's a long line of IC champions that were really holding things down. Yes, yes. RIP the Owen. Yes, is very is one of the great tragedies of wrestling. What happened to Owen, especially knowing that he just wanted to retire. He would have been happy retiring, becoming a teacher, and just raising his kids. Yeah, yeah. The show definitely should not have gone on. I understand the saying, but there's nobody in that arena that would fault you for canceling the show. Or let's just say, hey, let's reschedule it. Let's just do something. We just can't go on. It's kind of like the incident that happened with the Buffalo Bills player that literally died on the field. It's like I remember watching that on TV and being so shocked that they decided that they were going to finish the game. Yeah, and the thing is, I really hated that part of the Blue Blazer gimmick. I was not, I enjoyed the Blue Blazer gimmick and him doing silly stuff like that, but if he didn't like heights, what was the point of him, descending from, you know, the rafters? Yeah, those things are pretty scary. Especially those times I think about those guys' family. It's like, yeah, the show's not going on for them. So I try to always put that in perspective. He did such a good job as the villain in this film because he played it so perfectly as being that guy that comes off like he's cringy, but he's that guy who's the prototypical like nice guy. Like, why doesn't she give me a chance? I'm a nice guy. This is what happens when you take being the white knight to the upteenth degree. It's like, yeah, she appreciates you speaking up for her, but she's still not into you, my dude. Don't do it, Thomas. Yep. Bop. you gotta put the you gotta put the fake. Ooh, pretty gruesome. Blunt force trauma. Anthony says, I like these watch alongs because I'm for sure going to go back and rewatch. Appreciate the recommendations. Hey, I appreciate it. I mean, that's what we're here for. I mean, that's the best thing about being fans. It's the recommendations and to say, oh, yeah, if you haven't checked this out, you should check that out. Or, such and such. I mean, that's the best thing about the horror community. We're extremely supportive of one another. Yeah, he does look like that singer from that thing you did. when you do. And what's funny? I remember that movie coming out, but every now and then I will legitimately be somewhere and I will hear that song, like whether it will be like a restaurant or I'm out shopping or I'm at a bar, something like that, and I'll hear that thing you do, and I'm like, wow, that actually had a lot of legs beyond that film. I mean, it does sound exactly like a song would sound like from that era. It sounds like that early Beatles, Beach Boys era song. I love it, like how he's playing with them. This is a cool horror thriller though. Ooh, that's a pretty cool kill. Thomas hated that guy's guts. Ew. I love how she's telling him that he's a good person. You're like, yeah. Ooh. Anthony says it was a guy, I forget his name, who wrote him, who was in a popular band. He passed away a number of years ago. Oh, yeah, it's very apparent whoever did the writing for the song and the arrangement for the songs that they had some sort of experience in the music industry because, I mean, it's a really good song. Driving grandma's car. It does kind of remind me of the fun that is License to Drive. Just absolutely destroying Grandpa's Cadillac. No, they can't hear you. They obviously cannot hear you. Thanks, Anthony. Now I'm gonna have that thing you do in my head all the rest of this evening, for sure. Oh yeah, rest in peace to Corey. Huge Corey's fan. Love the Coreys. I actually have Feldman's autograph like right here in my the Lost Boys poster. That is slightly off camera, but yeah, I would have loved to have met Corey Haim. Yeah, that car kill is pretty awesome. Sometimes a nice simple. You don't have to get too elaborate, but that's a great kill. Like, oh, I'm going to smash this guy with my car against the wall. Yep, that's how you know it's a hit. Yeah, they do a great job of making you forget about the dog. Let's see. Besides Cujo, what are some of your dog favorite dog appearances in horror? For me, I kind of like the dogs in Green Room. Those dogs were effectively used for sure. I love the dogs in oh my gosh, there are a few different. The dogs in A Nightmare on Elm Street Part Two are hilarious to look at. Let's see. I also like the dogs in Bava's Black Sabbath. Growing up, all I wanted was like two good kills. I wanted to be a special effects artist. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think my son is becoming more and more interested in special effects the older that he gets. So there's this very good hunt out here in Dallas Fort Worth that they do a special effects and slash mask making class a few times a year. So when my son gets old enough, I definitely want to get him to get into those classes because he likes art, so he likes having his artistic endeavors. And if it's something that he has a talent in and something that he can possibly grow a love for and something that he can possibly make into a business and monetizing, I mean, hey, he could be a Tom Savini or, a Tom Devlin or Damian Leone or Adam Green, just anyone that just likes doing crazy stuff. So I want to definitely foster that for him. So far, it only looks like Joe Biden. Yeah, I think mask making is very cool. I really wish a lot of the resources that are available now were available when we were kids. Like, a lot of these kids really don't know how good they have it. Like, I think it's cool that, conventions are all over, hunts are all over. There's so many different cosplay opportunities for kids to express themselves. The same with making masks and different props. It's it's great because it teaches kids that you don't necessarily have to go about it the traditional education route. You know, it teaches them that you can become an entrepreneur. You can work for yourself. So that's really cool. Oh wow, wow, that's very cool, Anthony. Definitely, thank you. Yeah, I'll send you a message for sure. Yeah, he's the older that he gets, he's becoming more and more interested in it. It's very cool as a horror dad to see that your kids kind of take an interest in some of the things that you like. Like he does it on his own. Like he'll do like sketches of like random scenes from horror movies, like from like um, Friday the 13th movies or Nightmare on Elm Street or Halloween. It's just like, wow, dude, okay, that's a pretty good drawing. So keep it up. So I love that. Yeah, practical effects just look better too. It is way better. Seriously, they age better too. Like, give me a practical special effect from the late 70s as opposed to, I would say, 90% of the CGI today. Yeah, you're right. Totally. It's for sure a proud horror dad moment. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I love how this film is how it's paced. It has a very nice pace to it. It doesn't have any lulls in it. Like it gives you the setup, like, hey, this is the situation, and once she gets locked in the building, there we go, we're rolling. His face. We need a Home Alone version of P2, or is it already? Just have her put on the aftershave. She does look a lot like Heather Graham. She does. You're so right about that. That's another celeb I would definitely enjoy meeting. I enjoy Heather in a lot of things. You would think that she would have made an appearance at a convention by now or two. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Heather, definitely think of Mercedes Lane and Roller Girl for sure. Did you see him do it? I mean, it doesn't get more customer service than that. It's like, dude, you guys overcharged my credit card. I'm trying to calm down. I love how he put on the accent just to mess with her as a grade A troll right there. She did pretty good in this. Now that I think about it, I wonder what else she went on to do, if she went on to do much of anything else. Let me double check. Angela, Rachel Nichols. Let me see. She was also oh she was in another Christmas themed horror movie, but not the one that you want to see. She was in Inside, but the American remake. Ouch. Not a good one. She was in the Conan the Barbarian film in 2011. G.I. Joe Rise of the Cobra. Um, she was in Rays. Okay, I did see that film. Okay. Dumb and Dumberer. Oh goodness. Okay, well, she's definitely worked more. But I was just like, wait a second, have I seen her in other things? All right, Rachel. 24 hours or whatever with Robin Williams. Yeah, that you know what? He did a fantastic job of being creepy. I think comedians do a great job at unsettling roles, very dark roles. Um it took, like you, I didn't necessarily like it at first. It took maybe a couple of watches for it to kind of like really settle on me. But I'm a little bit more warm on it than I was when I first saw it. That's for sure. Let me see here. Yeah, I think I do remember her face from Rays. Yeah, I think she does a pretty serviceable job as a leading lady here. I mean, I feel like with a film like this, most of the shine and the fun to stand out goes to the antagonist. But she does very good in this. She doesn't make like super stupid decisions like some main characters do in films like this. Anthony says, I think my problem with movies like that at first is I'm expecting a classic like Nightmare on Elm Street or something. It's why I didn't like Frailty, which I think is better as an adult. Oh yeah, I love Frailty. Frailty, I really enjoyed the psychological aspect of it, but yeah, you have to go in it not expecting like your standard slasher or horror film. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed Frailty. Really great acting jobs in that film. But yeah, Ghost of Mars. Yeah, I don't think any amount of thinking reevaluation is going to make that a better film. And all respect to those involved in it, it's just probably not the best film. But hey, I mean, I'm not saying that I could have come up with better. Respectfully. Oh, she made it to P3. She's one step ahead of the game. Again, thanks so much, guys, for hanging out with me on this Christmas Eve. Oh, is she baiting him? Like, it's been so long since I've seen this, so I don't know what's going to happen. Like, the only thing I remember about this film is the initial setup to how she gets stuck in the garage. In San Diego, we had this mall downtown that was labeled by vegetables. It was labeled by vegetables. That's pretty interesting. So you'd be like, okay, chili pepper one or eggplant three. Oh, I mean, hey, that's super easy to remember. It's kind of like I like Universal Studios, how they're just like, you're here at the Jurassic Park section or the ET section. Horton Plaza. Okay, dope. Yeah, I've never been to San Diego, but I'm definitely hoping to go sooner than later. I've only been to California one time, so my second California trip will be to Creep Icon, and I'm definitely looking forward to make it to a Monster Palooza and Midsummer Scream. There's a lot of stuff out there in California that I want to do. Like I want to go to the Winchester Mansion. There's like countless stuff. I wanted to go to Universal Studios my whole life. Yeah, that was definitely me. I was able to go last year to the Orlando one. I'm hoping to go to Hollywood maybe next year if I'm lucky, because I hear they're a little bit more relaxed on vloggers that want to record the hunts during during HHN. Ooh. I love how much fun he's having with this. He said, "Cruise and do burritos are on me. I'll take you to Heather O'Rourke's apartment where she lives before she died." Yeah, I forgot that happened out that way too. Yeah, rest in peace to Heather. That was extremely tragic. Yeah, that would be dope, man. And I hear the burritos and Mexican food out there is top notch. So I definitely that's one of the things I really can't wait for whenever I get back to California. Wow, you're like 15 minutes away from it. Yeah, I would love to go there. Seriously. Yeah, as I mentioned, I'm a fan of true crime and things of that nature. So stuff like that is as macabre as it could be. Those are things that I'm really interested in checking out. Like for instance, when I finally went to Corpus Christi a while back, I had to go to a lot of the Selena sites, so I got to see the motel where she was shot at. Yes, dope. Yeah, like I said, burritos, good taco shops, great weather. Give me a good brew. Oh man, I'm in heaven. So let's do it, my man. Seriously, I'm down. That's my idea of a good time, and let's have some great discussions about horror, man, and life. And hey, I'm there. Oh, she got some weaponry now. Okay, let me see. I could take you to where Danielle Van Dam's body was found if you remember that. Me and my buddy, I remember dropped her off a PBR at her memorial at 4 a.m. Oh wow, wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I love doing stuff like that in in memory of people. I'm all about that. Yeah, I'm totally down. Like anything of interest or note like that, hey, Let's do it. So, hey, I'm gonna remember that. This dude's so creepy. She would bury that right across his skull if she could right now. I love seeing that little bit of vengeance. Vengeance. He said, "I don't forget, so you better remember." Well, I don't forget. Well, I don't forget as well. So it's definitely going down. Like seriously, that's one of the things I really enjoy about this is getting to know y'all. You know, exchanging stories, talking about our favorite horror. I love when they change speaker sounds depending on room and speaker. Yeah, yeah. It's just like okay, well, this totally sounds completely different. Hey, this is Can you open up the Oh, gotta make sure you're gotta make sure you're done. Yeah, how am I gonna explain this? Yeah, I gotta love how like police officers are like always the worst in horror films. It's like, what is the police academy in horror films? There needs to be a police academy film for like horror based stuff, like a police academy style one, but it has to be based on they have to do the most ridiculous, most illogical stuff to get them killed because it'll have to be in the actual the training that they receive. So that may be like a short that I'll have to do like someday. Like I think that would be something like pretty funny because everyone understands that if you've watched like horror films for any amount of time, where you're just like, okay, it seriously, if you've noticed, it doesn't matter how many policemen you have. It could be just okay. Like in this case, one policeman shows up. You know, this dude's dead. If it's two police officers, like for instance in Halloween 2018, like what happens? Gone. If it's three police officers, it's just going to be an extra body. So I think that would be something so funny to elaborate in like a horror film or a horror comedy. Let's see. Anthony says, "I don't know you from Adam, but I just randomly fell into your life once. We just got a lot in common. I swear, a time which I tried to avoid on your." Nah, that's cool, man. You can feel free to swear. That's no problem at all, buddy. I just try to not swear as much myself because I know I have like younger viewers. But all of my travelers, feel free to be yourself. Now, if you catch me at an after party at a convention, I'm more like a sailor then. So I'm trying my best not to get demonetized. uh, he says, but yeah, man, you're just a real one. I dig that. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Real recognizes real, man. I really feel the love from a lot of y'all, and is much appreciated. That's one of the main reasons why I love doing this. Just having those cool friends that really enjoy horror. Yeah, Police Academy horror is one of the smartest things I've heard in 7 years. Yeah, man, I like sitting around and thinking of like ideas for stuff that haven't been done in a horror, but actually kind of makes sense in a way. Like we've all been frustrated with police and horror movies where it's just like, dude, you should call backup at this moment, or you should do this, or you should do that. But whenever you see a police officer, in most cases, especially if they're uniformed, they're cannon fodder. Now it could be a detective that may make it to the end, like for instance, like in Child's Play, or you may have to be like a special ops guy. But generally, yeah. When you blow up, just remember me when you do. I need some Arby's. Hey, Arby's on me. Hey, I look forward to it. Seriously. Um, but I think that's the great thing I really enjoy about being a smaller YouTuber at this point is that I can go through my chat without like having to like go through a billion messages, and with every single subscriber, every single comment, it means something. You know, me, I was the guy that started this YouTube channel expecting me to like still be stuck on like less than 100 subscribers. So the fact that I have the amount that I do, I appreciate every single one of y'all. I just went through an ad, so I'm at 1 hour and 13 minutes and 37 seconds, guys. He's like, yeah, I may have to reach for the axe. This police officer's a little too smart. See, like for instance, we have two police officers right here. Two police officers, one guy. They should be able to easily rectify the situation. But I have absolutely no faith in them. She's very smart with what she's trying to do. Yeah, the ads always get in the way. Now they're back on P1. Yeah, now we're caught up to where we were at the beginning. Yeah, the eyeball shot is a pretty good one. I like the eyeball shot. Hey, Merry Christmas. Right over your phone. Just so conveniently placed. And he steps right in front of you with the doggy. And you should run. You should run right now. I love how he toys with her in this movie. Is I think it's the right amount of cat and mouse. This is where I'm like, I always said I could fight a dog. Yeah, I know it totally would run through your head at that moment. You're just like, man, I got this tire jack, and as much as I love dogs, one perfectly placed whack, I could possibly even the playing field right here. I wouldn't even know how to run in bare feet. It's been 30 years. Yeah. And then not only that, but running barefoot in a parking garage is depending on what city, what area of town, you know, it doesn't seem like the most advantageous of situations. Let's just say I wouldn't be very stoked to do that. That dog's pretty tough. Another entry into Does the Dog Die? Yeah, let's just say I've been to enough parking garages in Dallas and in Las Vegas to know I would never ever want to go barefoot in one. Yeah, I've seen some very disgusting things in parking garages. Shocking things. You ever seen the Doberman Gang? No, I haven't. What is the Doberman Gang? Just gotta go through all the keys. Tons of keys. Oh, that dog. That dog really sunk his teeth into her. Of course, all the lines would be busy. It's always at the worst time, too. I'm so sorry for your dog, but it was either me or him. Okay, so it's about Dobermans who are trained to rob banks. Me and my buddy watched it in high school. I think there were three, and Joe Bob reviewed one. Really? Okay. If Joe Bob reviewed it, I'll definitely have to check it out. Um, There was a film. Have you ever had a film that you've seen and you've seen more than a few times, but it had been like so long since the last time that you saw it that you kind of like repressed the memory, not even on purpose, but just the fact that it's a long faded away memory, and then it comes back into your consciousness, and then you're just like, wow. That recently happened to me with the movie Shrunken Heads. I remember seeing that film on like probably Cinemax as a kid, and I saw it for the first time in forever in October. And it's funny how you cannot see a movie in forever and remember so many things about it. But another thing could be you'll see a movie last year and forget everything about it. So for me to see Shrunken Heads and to remember as much about it as I did was pretty cool. It was a pretty good movie, and I'm glad that it's on Tubi to watch. It's on Tubi. It's also on like Amazon Prime as well. Yeah, it's nice though because it's fresh again. Yeah, it's kind of like watching this film again because after the actual premise starts, I don't remember much about it. Like I remember the dog. I remember the police coming in, but I think that's it. One of my favorite movies of all time is Fletch. Watched it last night and I'm still learning stuff. Yeah, Fletch. Oh man, Fletch. Fletch is a good one. Fletch is a really good one. I don't hear nearly as many people mention it as they should. It's certainly one of those films that if you're in the fan base, you're just like, yeah, you know what's up. Another movie that's kind of like that for me, even though I'm not the biggest fan of it, but every time I see it, I know it's something new about it that I'm just like, wow, I respect this film more and more every time I see it. The Burbs. The Burbs is one of those films that I kind of hopped on it late. Well, I would see it on television as a kid, but I never watched it fully through. But by the time that I was a teen and really fully watched it through, I'm just like, wow, what took me so long to actually really watch all of this fully through? You can quote me as better than Beverly Hills Cop, and that's a bold stay. Hey, I respect that. I totally respect that. I'm more of a Beverly Hills Cop 2 guy over the first one. But yeah, I still haven't seen Axel Foley. Have you seen Axel Foley yet, Anthony? I really need to get around to doing that. It's like, girl, you gotta come on now. You gotta gun it. And I think I know what's gonna happen here. I think I know what's gonna happen here. Oh, really? It's solid. Okay. That gives me the motivation to watch it during this holiday break. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need some something good to watch. So if they're as long as they're respectful to the legacy of Beverly Hills Cop, I definitely need to watch it then. So 99% the vibe of one and two. Ooh, perfect. That's what I want to hear. That's exactly what I want to hear. So I may cue that up the next couple of days. That old car is so resilient. Yeah, okay, yeah. I don't hate on three. I got out of three what I felt like it was supposed to be. There are way worse entries into a franchise than Beverly Hills Cop 3. So I definitely like that one too. I mean, it's obviously a step down from 1 and 2. So, it's not too, you know, much of something to beat up on. Yeah, who made that automobile? He definitely reinforced that one for sure. There's no way those are factory specs. Oh, we got a game of chicken. Ooh, she's had enough. Got the tire spinning. Calling him a chicken shit while playing chicken is peak. Yeah, she didn't think she was gonna win. Because then it's just like, all right, what do I do now? All right, for anyone joining, we are at 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 49 seconds. Oh, see, that's what happens when you didn't think far enough ahead. Is this Canadian? I don't think so. Let me double check. Well, you know what? This may possibly be Canadian. Let me double check. No, it says American. American psychological horror film. Let me look into the production. But the filming took place in Toronto. There's an American production company. But of course, this is a Toronto parking garage. The good old gotta make New York look like gotta make Toronto look like New York. um, Let me double check and see if there's anything else. Yeah, good call. Good call, Anthony. Yeah, very good call. I believe you are. I believe you are correct. He thought it was Texas at first. Yeah, yeah. Forget this dude, Angela. You know what to do. Give this guy what he deserves, Angela. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Oh, that's where you messed up. You could have just spent the rest of your life in jail, but now you're gonna get it. Uh oh. All right, Thomas. There you go. You gotta love it when the villain gets a long, slow death. So you just torture him a little bit, give him exactly what he deserves. Is Thomas done? Is that it? Or is it the one last scare principle coming into effect? Odd faces, eyeballs. Hey, that would be a pretty gnarly kill. He looks like the lady on the NY subway no one tried to save. Yeah, seriously, it's pretty sad when practical effects look just like the real thing. Well, this is a lot different from Scrooge walking out into the streets and announcing that it's Christmas time. Wake up, everyone! It's Christmas. And there you go. Hey, you all right, lady? No, I'm not all right. I just went through hell. Do 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 Christmas. I love how that ends. Scrooge sucked. I'll forever defend that. Oh man, scared to search for out there. It's just a dark Yeah, that was a pretty good one. P2, pretty decent Christmas horror film. The reason for the season. Yeah, that was pretty good. Let me see here, guys. Let me check out something here. Just to double check. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can get something squared away. I'm trying to see. Okay. Well, ATM is actually available to stream if you guys want to. Go straight to Taco Bell. That's where I go to celebrate. Well, I mean, for me, knowing with Christmas, I will probably go straight to Waffle House. It's like I know Waffle House is open, and there's going to be a crowd of people there that aren't going to believe what I just went through. Hey, thanks a lot, Anthony. Yeah, I'm glad that you think it was pretty solid. It was a pretty good film. I definitely think so. All right, so what you thinking? Do you want to stick around and watch ATM? I'm totally up for it. I just found it on the Roku channel and it is available to stream as well. So if anyone wants to stick around and watch um, ATM, we could definitely do it. I'll just need to change the header here on the title and let people know that we will be doing a double feature. So I'm totally down for that. Let me double check. Okay, yeah, my family came back, so just making sure I wasn't hearing things. Yeah, so if you guys want to watch some ATM, definitely let me know. We could do that, or we could maybe save it for tomorrow if you'd like. But for those of you that want to, let me unpin this message. Our Waffle House used to piss you off because I like chicken strips. I feel that. All right. I'm going to include the link here. Give me 1 second. All right. Let's see. ATM. Let me get the link and everything set for you guys. Okay. All right. Got the link here. Yes, it's playing on Roku, guys. So let me include the link and okay, there's the link. And let me pin that. All right, there you go, guys. So, let's start the film. And let's say, yes, it's on the Roku channel. All right, sweet. You're gonna tee it up on the TV. Perfect. All right, well, let's start the film, and let's say 8:57. Yeah, he said I'm poor and I don't really have Wi-Fi and sending things across. Hey, I totally get that. No worries at all. All right, let's start the film at 57 past the hour. Let me go and get squared away right quick with a couple of things, guys, and I will be right back. Let me see here. I'm just going to show the screen right quick, and I will be right back. See you guys in a minute. Okay, guys, I am back. All right, sweet. Let me do a quick transition here. I got ATM queued up, and guys, we are about a minute away. All right, just had to do a quick break there, but I'm ready for some fun with ATM. This is gonna be a fun one, guys. It's kind of similar to um to P2 in some ways, so I think we're gonna enjoy it. Ready to get this play button on? Ah, and of course, guys, if you ever need a timestamp, just ask for one, and I will be more than happy to let you know where I'm at. But whenever I go to an ad, I'll definitely do that as well. Whenever I'm coming out of one. Took me a second to realize ATM was about a money machine. All right, press play, guys. Okay, see, pull up the chat. It's about a money machine, yeah. The Saffron Company. Yeah, this one definitely has similar vibes to P2. I think it definitely makes for a good. Oh, actually, let me change something on my title. And ATM double feature. All right, there we go. That's a bit better. Say action. Well, I could still be wrong. Well, hey, there's definitely an ATM in it, but there's a lot more that you're gonna get. That's for sure. I like the fact that two killers that just decided that Christmas time would be the best time to run this elaborate planned scheme. I definitely think the guy from ATM and the guy from P2 could have definitely got together to put something together and make a pretty good crossover. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, guys, like I cannot express to you like how happy I am that you guys are hanging out with me here. I mean, it's one of my just simplest pleasures in life is just hanging out with friends and just discussing some good horror fun. Oh, the Tales from the Dark Side Christmas episode, of course. That one's classic. I love, and that's the great thing about horror. It lends itself to the holidays for sure. Like it makes you think of like that episode. Also, the one from Tales from the Crypt, all through the house. Whether it be the episode from the show or the segment from the Tales from the Crypt movie, both are actually pretty awesome. And even the comic strip that they're both based on. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to think of the title of that episode pretty soon. And it's pretty funny because I was just watching the Christmas special of Creepshow. That was a pretty good one as well. Do 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 do. Yes, and everyone that's just joining in, make sure to smash the like button, spreading some Christmas cheer on this haunted holidays. Yeah, happy holidays. It's nothing like seeing a body underneath a sheet to get you in the Christmas spirit. That's for sure. So, what are you guys thinking? For my next live watch party on Monday, do you want to possibly do a New Year's themed horror? I'm thinking Terror Train or New Year's Evil. Maybe even a double feature that night. Just put out your Tales DVD. Okay, perfect. Thanks a lot for your help, Anthony. Yeah, like both P2 and this start with the office politics, and then they both end up in a space that you can't leave on your own accord. So I think they both fit the bill nicely. So I hope you guys enjoy this one as well if you haven't seen it. The Office Crush. Oh, in that case, then definitely hit on her. I mean, it's not like she's gonna show up to work next weekend. A gathering, a gathering. Yeah, that's definitely what I'd want to be invited to. Like, hey, do you want to go to a gathering? You talking about like Magic the Gathering? What are we doing? That's the second Magic the Gathering reference for today, guys. We may have reached the cap. Like a male penguin. Someone saw March of the Penguins. Hey, we're streaming up in here. Hey. Hey, there you go. And now we've reached the future. Now people in their cars will just come pick you up. The grifter? Oh, the gifter. The gifter. Okay. That was Tales, but I swear the Cuddy Black Soul episode was Christmas too. Yeah, there are a few Christmas themed things that, sometimes you forget are Christmas themed. Oh, Greether. Got you. Got you. Perfect. Let me look that up. Hold on. So I can actually look that up. Thanks a lot, Anthony. The Greether. Oh, yep. Got it. Yeah, Festive Demon. Yeah, the Greether is a monster that appears in Tales from the Dark Side, third season, Festive Horror Tale, Season of Belief. Yep, Season of Belief. Okay, got you. And yeah, okay, I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for that to watch. Appreciate that. Hey, Bumper, what's going on? Merry Christmas. Thanks for coming along and joining us. We're doing double feature right now. Well, we're in the second feature. We're watching ATM on the Roku channel. I just put up the link, or if you have it on any streaming device, you can tune into that one as well. We are at 10 minutes and 19 seconds. Okay, Nightmare Events is putting on the Friday the 13th con in August in California. Okay, perfect. Thanks so much for that info, Bumper. I'm going to have to put that down. That seems like a legit event and a great occasion to get as many Friday the 13th alum on my Crystal Lake Memories book as possible. Yeah, we've done three movies today. Well, we're on the third movie for today. We did Christmas Evil earlier today, but I figured, it may be a bit harder to get people at that time with, people spending time with family. Some people may still be working and such. Um, so I decided to do a second one. Decided to do P2, and now we're on ATM side, because they both have similar themes between P2 and ATM. A lot of flirting, workplace politics, cute blondes, being unable to freely move where you want to. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check out that con though, Bumper. I mean, as I said, I'm trying to find more excuses to get out to California, get out to like New Jersey, Philadelphia, to a lot of the cons on the East Coast. Like Silver Screen Con is definitely high on my list as well. So definitely be on the lookout for that, guys. I believe in the next few days here, I will be setting up my list of conventions and events to go to for 2025. Turbulence, yeah, got some Ray Liotta. Gotta love Ray Liotta. Rest in peace, Ray. Gone too soon. Okay, I'll have to check that out, Bumper. I haven't seen Turbulence before. And I also put up the link to my Letterboxd for anyone that is on Letterboxd, but they want to see what films I'm currently checking out, and also you can share what films you're watching. We can talk about films on there as well. So let me put up my link. Okay. Oops. There you go. I include the link right there. For anyone just joining and you want to follow me on Letterbox, I have to actually include today's entries into my log. Also, Pasadena's 90 minutes away from you, Anthony. That's cool. Yeah, like seriously, that would be one thing that's really cool to do. Like I would really love for at least a good number of us to get together at a convention sometime and just hang out, do some fun stuff like, hit up an arcade, hit up a bar, hit up some karaoke, just whatever. I'm down for whatever, guys. Like hang out, watch a game afterwards, watch a wrestling pay-per-view. Just any excuse for me to just hang out with y'all. I'm down. They remind you of the hills. That's a perfect way to describe them. They totally remind me of the guys from the hills. Yeah, that was a blast for the past. That is quite a reference, Anthony. Yeah, definitely for real, man. That's the fun thing about it. Like especially at cons, especially if they have like an after party or they show like late night screenings. Like my favorite conventions, like Texas Frightmare, Houston Horror Film Festival, they have movies going on as part of the festivities going on to usually like 2, 3 in the morning. The after party's usually going on to about 2, 3 in the morning. And then like for instance with like both Texas Frightmare and Houston Horror Film Festival, they have people that are staying at the hotels either on site or across the street. So people aren't going asleep until they just pass out somewhere. I mean, it's not uncommon for people to pass out in rooms that aren't theirs. And the people just take care of them. They're just like, well, just let them sleep. As long as they don't throw up or pee on the floor, we're good. Yeah, so those times make for awesome memories. You should have just spotted them. Just spot them. See, another thing. Now they could have just cash apped you. They could have just Venmoed you. They could have just Zelled you. Crisis averted. And they picked the most sketch ATM possible. Incredibly sketch. So I've never been to a convention other than San Diego Comic Con. I mean, that's a big boy there. I mean, if you go to SDCC, I mean, that's the, I mean, one of the just major icons of the scene. He said my band member was friends from a guy from Fox, so we go up for free. But it was the first year they checked for badges. Something got checked out. Had a friend there with his dad who lent me his badge for 15 minutes to meet Lloyd Kaufman. Oh, that's dope. Gotta love those memories. I have a good friend that lives in San Diego, and he was telling me if I'm ever wanting to make my way up to San Diego Comic Con to let him know because he's good friends with someone that's able to connected with the event somehow. I mean, I'm not going to ask too many questions. I'm like, hey, if you can get me up in there and also take care of housing me, providing like a couch or something. I don't even need a couch. Just give me a floor. I will make it work to cut into those prices to go to San Diego Comic Con. Yeah. So how was meeting Lloyd? I've met Lloyd Kaufman one time, and he was everything I expected him to be. That's for sure. And now the plot really begins. She's like, okay, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. And let me see if I can get some information about ATM as well. So, ATM came out in 2012, and it was distributed in the U.S. by IFC Midnight. Hmm. And this one is also shot in Canada, but in Winnipeg. Gotta love those Canadian benefits. Get those tax breaks. It's a rich history of Canadian horrors. Even though it's an American film, it was filmed in Canada for all those reasons. Okay, let me get that set here. That's very cool. Let's see. Anthony says, hit a commercial on the live stream, but if you're out this way, I could definitely find you some carpet to lay. Hey, all right. I will definitely take you up on that for sure. 2112 is where we are currently in the film. If anyone needs to catch up, yeah, Turbo Kids borderline horror. Yeah, I would definitely say it's borderline horror. I consider a lot of things that are post-apocalyptic to be horror. I mean, let's not be, crazy. I mean, if you're living in post-apocalyptic situations, that's pretty horrible. You're gonna deal with some pretty scary stuff. The thought of like mutants and marauders, um, all types of crazy stuff. So you could definitely make it a bit horrific for sure. Even though um, it's also very colorful and cute in some ways in that film. Yeah, I really enjoy Turbo Kid. I was telling someone about that film not too long ago. Does Hell Comes to Frogtown count as horror? I would say it's horror adjacent. I wouldn't say it's straight up horror. If anything, when you start slashing, you can actually kind of add the horror to it. So you could say like post apocalyptic sci-fi comedy horror. But if you were to ask me if it were straight up horror, no. But there are some horror parts for it, I would say. Some. But it rides that fine line of like exploitation film and horror. And they're related. Just that whole schlocky feel to it. Of course he does have his phone on him. She's like, in the car? Come on, guys. This is 2024. No one's leaving anywhere without their phone on them. So that would be another reason why this scenario most likely wouldn't work. You probably don't remember, but I'm the guy who did the soundtrack to Witch Trials on Tubi. Yeah, I remember you mentioned that, Anthony. I'm gonna have to check that out. I remember you were saying you're like, I can't say much about the film, but I did the music for it. I'm glad that you actually brought that up again. I'm gonna have to check that out. Still good acting. Oh yeah, Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check out Witch Trials. I'm gonna have to add that to my to be watch list and to my letterbox to remind me to mark off films that I need to see. So, what instruments do you play, Anthony? I think I may have asked you that before, but I forgot. But what do you play? He said, "Yeah, the flicks, whatever." Hey, sometimes it's like that. Hey, we all contribute what we can. Good acting as in this movie. Yeah, that's what I thought you were mentioning. So I can't say the same for Witch Trials, but hey, it was a team effort, right? I feel that. Okay, lifelong drummer. Okay, yeah, I think I remember you said that you're, hey, gotta let the drummer get some. All right, but bass and guitar too. Okay, cool, cool. My son's learning guitar currently. Yeah, seriously, Bumper. I think that's so dope that he contributed to the music. Yeah, I think that's like a very underappreciated part of films. A lot of the music that goes on to either pace the score or songs that are specifically done for soundtracks. Which trials was during COVID for. Okay, yeah, I feel that. So micro budget. So next movie's coming out 1,000 times better. Okay, that's good. Hey, that's cool. Get Hell Foster his music. I used to do vocals, but it was over 30 years ago. Okay, that's dope, Bumper. Hey, that's right, Anthony. You got to take those opportunities. You got to get your foot in the door, and hey, it's never a bad reason to take that chance. So I'm looking forward to again. I'm looking forward to checking that out, and definitely keep us posted on what you have coming up next. Yeah, and yeah, yesterday was mentioned that I should set up a Discord server. So I'm thinking I'm going to likely do that. Just have like an area for us all to hang out just whenever. And especially it would be cool to like just have like a thing for those of y'all who support the channel. Maybe we'll have different things where I could just say, hey guys, if you're in this area, I'm in this area of the country. If you guys want to hang out, kick it, let's do it. Whatever subscribers are out this way, let's grab a drink and hang out. So I think there's a chance that I'll likely do that. It likely won't take too much effort to set up a Discord. I mean, I already have a Discord account, but I need to actually set up one for the actual channel. But it would be a cool way for me to keep in contact with you guys in one place without necessarily having to jump to Facebook for some people, jump to Instagram for others, and then for the people that I solely talk to on YouTube and such. I think that's a cool idea. Yeah, man, it makes all the difference in the world, Anthony. Um, I've seen that experiment where people have said, just check out this scene, and there's no music or anything. Doesn't invoke anything, and it may look a little scary when you see something. You're like, oh, okay, cool, cool, I get that. But when you add just a little chord here, a little something here, a little something there, little strings here, and it's just like, wow, wow. It just really can make your hair stand on end. So I really appreciate the musicians and what they bring to film. A little twinkle, a little twinkle. I like to say. You're just like, oh, she's thinking for all of us. I never put that into consideration. Maybe we should have. Oh, we're adding some drama here. It's like, dude, are you just being cheap? Are we in this situation because you didn't want to spend money? Hey, Joseph, welcome back, buddy. Hey, it's a party. Hey, don't judge me too harshly on that soundtrack. That was all after construction jobs till 4 a.m. Hey, man, you put a lot of art together. So if anything, we're going to be gracious and very supportive. And I'll put it like this: you were going to do a million times better than I likely could have done, or even could have done in my imagination. Just imagining how it could have possibly have gone. So you guys have been super supportive for me, and I'm pretty sure I may have put out a less than standard video a time or two. You guys have been completely nice, so uh, I can't wait to check it out. Yeah, it's been. I love how they have to do a lot of strategizing for this film. Anyone joining, we are at 32 minutes and 35 seconds into ATM. Yes, Joseph. Definitely looking forward to you doing some more vlogging and stuff, man. I'm not here by any means to rep my old ass band on your channel, but to prove myself look up larger than life. If tomorrow never came, we did a bunch of videos. Okay, dope. Hey man, you can promote whatever you like here. Like I said, you are here to rep what you do, and like I said, man, there's a point where, like I said, I have some cool short film ideas in my head, and I may need some advice and help in regards to where to possibly go in regards to music and invoking certain feelings. So, hey, I may have to lean on you in regards to your expertise, Anthony. Daniel Harris is on your bucket list. Yeah, Daniel Harris is awesome. No, no. I remember checking out your Instagram page, Anthony. So I know you're legit. Yeah, Danielle Harris is awesome. She's super nice. Um, I'm a bit sad that I missed out on buying Danielle Harris a drink at Scarefest. I got on the escalator maybe a minute too fast. If I had slowed down a bit, I would have been in a situation to where I would have heard her say, "Oh, I'm about to get off and grab a drink," and I would have gladly have bought her one in appreciation for all the entertainment that she has provided over the years. I appreciate it, Anthony. I still want to keep on doing YouTube because it's still my dream. I need to keep pushing. Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing what you'll be doing on YouTube. Oh, Restless, what's up? Yes, Danielle Harris is a mainstay on my channel. Danielle Harris will forever and always get all the love. I'm a Danielle Harris guy, that's for sure. Hey, and I'm glad you're here, Anthony. But like I said, if you ever come up with any new projects or anything in the future, definitely do not be afraid to let us know what's going on. Also, Roseanne goofed on you once. Oh, that is awesome. You got to tell us more about that. So, where was that when you ran into Roseanne? Yeah, I would have loved to have gotten Danielle a drink. That's a cool way to just start conversations with celebrities at cons. I bought drinks for Felissa Rose. I shared a drink with Christina Elise at Scarefest. So I love that. I had a cigarette with her years ago. That's about it. Oh, that's dope. That would have been cool. Yeah. Catching people at the smoker section at the hotel or the con is it's prime real estate because you'll have people that'll ask to bum a cigarette or to ask for a lighter. Yep, Danielle was on Roseanne. Hey, I appreciate that gesture, Anthony. For real. All of y'all are so like so cool, and I really appreciate that. That's what I was really envisioning when I started my YouTube channel. I was hoping that I would meet lots of cool people like y'all that were, really engaging, enjoyed horror as much as I do, and enjoyed talking about, you know, not even just horror, but different pop culture stuff. Like Anthony, we were just talking about wrestling earlier, and now we're talking about Roseanne. And speaking of Roseanne, okay, I have a question, guys. Okay, you know what? We're gonna get a poll going. I want to know. I want to put the question in here. Well, you know what? You know what? I'm not even gonna do a poll. I'm just gonna have you guys answer in here. Which one had the better Halloween episodes? Was it Home Improvement or Roseanne? I want to know you guys' opinion because I always look forward to October to see the episodes that Roseanne and Home Improvement were going to come out with. I was in LA and we got off the street and got invited to Roseanne when she had a talk show. Wow, that's dope. I was front row and got to tell her a shitty joke. What did the ghost say to the bee? Booby. I got to. Oh, oh my God, that's so funny. I bet Roseanne did give you that look like, are you serious? That's hilarious. That's a good one. So it looks like everyone says Roseanne. Roseanne was top notch with the Halloween episodes. I think that's a long lost art as well. The Halloween episode on the sitcom. Let's see some of my other favorite ones. Let's see what other shows that I enjoy that has some good Halloween episodes. Um, Family Matters. Family Matters has some good Halloween episodes. Um, Martin. Martin had a good Halloween episode or two. I think Step by Step may have had a um, good couple of Halloween episodes. I just did like maybe my second ad. I'm at 38 minutes and 10 seconds. All right, so it looks like the consensus is Roseanne had the better Halloween episodes. Oh yeah, The Simpsons. I mean, of course, the Treehouse of Horror. I mean, absolute horror men, horror and Halloween mainstay. And what's crazy is I remember the absolute first Treehouse of Horror. That's so cool to like see them still going strong. Even if I'm not watching The Simpsons anymore, I've heard as of the last couple of years they've gotten way better. So that's really good to know that they've actually are on a bit of an upswing with The Simpsons. Oh, Full House. Yeah, Full House had some good ones. Yep, you're right. That's a good choice as well, Joseph. The real joke, cause they gave us on index cards and like to get picked. I just wrote all over. I hate Tom. Tom Arnold equals the devil and shit like that. That's hilarious. That's so funny, Anthony. Yeah, Boy Meets World. Okay. Yeah, never really loved TGIF other than Step by Step. Hottest chicks on the network, man. Step by Step, man. Those daughters, they were definitely a highlight. That's for sure. Very, very good looking young women, that's for sure. Freaks and Geeks only had one Halloween episode, but it was great. You know what? It's been a long time since I've seen Freaks and Geeks. It should be beyond time for a rewatch, to be honest. Especially knowing where a lot of those cast members, grew up to become. So I have to check that out. Oh, Restless. So okay, so Joseph, what would you ask Danielle Harris? I mean, I would assure you that Danielle Harris is gonna love you being a fan. Like seriously. So I mean, she's very gracious to her fans. She loves her fans of all ages. She's horror convention favorite for a reason. Oh, Stacy Keen, Stacy Keenan, yes, yeah. Um, I, I mean, Step by Step also had maybe a top five theme song as well. Ask her on a date. uh, uh, met Tom Arnold 2 years ago. He was an okay guy. Yeah, I met Tom Arnold too. You know what? I will give Tom Arnold props on this. My I was this was Days of the Dead Vegas. This may have been the first Days of the Dead Vegas that I went to. Actually, I think it was. So this is one of my first videos that I vlogged, and my son was there, and Tom Arnold, of course, has two younger kids, and they're like preteen age, and he was wearing a shirt that says "Need money for Robux," and if anyone is a parent to a preteen, you know what Robux are and the need for Robux. So my son saw his shirt and he complimented Tom Arnold on his shirt, and he was like, "I like your Robux shirt," and he got a good laugh from it. He was like, "Yeah," he was like, "That's the reason why I'm at these cons to make extra money for my kids, so that they could want to indulge on their Roblox addiction." So it was cool that my son got to have a conversation with Tom Arnold about his kids and Roblox. Alan Thicke, yeah. Yeah, he wrote the Different Strokes theme song as well. Yeah, for sure. Who's the boss? Yeah. All right, all right. See, I love how we can have a discussion on sitcom theme songs right here in the middle of our horror watch party. So that's dope. Also, anyone that's just joining, we're at 43 minutes and 22 seconds of ATM. Oh, and there we have law enforcement slash security getting killed. There we go. See, it takes me back to that well, not RoboCop, Police Academy horror spoof that I'm going to have to do. Let's see. Bumper says, makes me think of Caroline Williams' story I told you about last time. She hit on me, but she was way older than me. Oh man, I'm telling you, if Caroline Williams hit on me, I'm just gonna have to shoot that shot. I mean, that's you got Stretch in the flesh herself, the only woman that could calm Leatherface down. And she's such a sweetheart. And oh my gosh, like that woman stays fit. Like she has an incredible like fitness routine, I would imagine. TV was your babysitter. Yeah, I could say the same myself. I had pretty good parents, but I preferred television to watch over me for sure. Television never told me to eat my veggies. It's I already know I'm rewatching these movies, stoked to just hang out with like-minded friends. Yeah, that's the thing, Anthony. That's the fun thing. Even we could just put it on autopilot, let our brains go on autopilot, and just like hang out and vibe. So I mean, this is the stuff that I really, really appreciate. I think it's the best. Joseph says I can also ask her what my favorite movies are, and Halloween 4 and 5 are my favorites. Yeah, she's awesome as Jamie Lloyd. Like seriously, that's why a lot of Halloween fans have a bad taste in their mouth about the curse of Michael Myers and how they did Jamie Lloyd and how they did Danielle Harris as well in regards to how they handled Jamie Lloyd. You love the end to the last Leatherface movie. Is that the one where they had the lady from Mandy play um, Marilyn Burns's role? Like, there's been so many like Texas Chainsaw reboots of the past couple of years. I'm a bit like confused sometimes because sometimes you're like, okay, you got Leatherface, and then you got Texas Chainsaw, and then you have Texas Chainsaw the beginning, and then you have it's. But it's fun though. I love seeing them continue to be rebooted time and time and time again. If I'm not mistaken, I think there's going to be like another reboot coming soon. Let's see. So Elvira was your crush growing up? Yeah, Elvira was my crush growing up as well. Bumper. Like Elvira was, if I'm not mistaken, other than my local horror host in Memphis, Tennessee. I think my first concept of what a horror host was Elvira, and she helped curate my love for horror and goth girls. It's like Elvira, Morticia Adams, Lily Monster. You know, they just set the standard for goth girls for us all. The one where they bought a town, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, the one where they bought the town, yeah, yeah. So that is that one, the one I'm thinking of. That one wasn't as bad that some people made it out to be. I actually enjoyed that one. I mean, but for the most part, I don't think there's a Texas Chainsaw film that I actually actively dislike. Even the one that everyone really has a problem with, Texas Chainsaw. But I kind of enjoyed the hokiness of that one and the do your thing, cuz. Who would win in a fight, Megan or Chucky? Hmm. Let me see. Well, that would depend on which version of Chucky we're getting. Now, if we're getting like the first three films, Chucky, I would probably say Megan. But when Chucky starts getting into multiple bodies and you know different types of possessions at one time, it would be easier to overpower Megan. Let's see, my crush growing up was AJ Langer in The People Under the Stairs. Oh man, I thought I was the only one. I was just watching The People Under the Stairs not too long ago, and I was just thinking about my crush that I had for her. She was also in the episode of Baywatch, and she was so cute in that. I remember that. Now I'm saying this from a reference of me being a teen, but yeah, I had a major crush on her as well. And you know what? I was just thinking of. I would love to see her at a convention. She's someone that I would absolutely love to see at a convention. Old Wrestler says, little did you guys know that you never had a chance with Elvira. She plays for the other team. Yeah, I know, right? But you know what's funny? If you read Elvira's autobiography, if you're a guy, you would have a chance with her if you were gay. The amount of gay guys that Elvira hooked up with in her autobiography is hilarious to me. So, if what is that movie where the guy fakes his orientation to get with the chick? That's basically what would happen to get with Elvira. But yeah, Bumper, those golf girls will ruin you, but it's gladly welcomed. Joseph says, I don't have a crush. Sorry, I just don't. Well, hey, it's like that sometimes. I feel that. My favorite was Texas Chainsaw 4. Yeah, Texas Chainsaw 4 was pretty good. Chucky all the way. Barbara says Chucky all the way. Joseph says, I think Megan would win. I ran into Roach from People Under the Stairs at Costco 17 years ago. Really? Oh, how was that experience, Bumper? Sean's pretty nice. I've run into him at a couple of different conventions, and he's very nice. I didn't know that he met his wife at a convention. That was just revealed to me not too long ago, and I think that's so cool. And it was at Scarefest, so it was nice seeing her and him walk the black carpet for the event, and just to see the smiles on their faces. So it was likely knowing that this is the place that we met. So that's dope. Joseph says, anyway, but we might get a teaser trailer for Stranger Things season 5 on Christmas Day tomorrow. Really? Cool. I'll be on the lookout for that. I was hearing that we may get a little bit of a teaser trailer sometime soon. So I'm interested in seeing that. As someone that enjoys Stranger Things. And I was watching the first season with the kiddo not too long ago, and I was just thinking about how small the kids were, like how young they were, and now they're all like young adults now. They're actually all adults now, but you know, I still consider them young adults because they were babies when I first saw them. um, let's see. Anthony says they still leave the window open for Darcy. Yeah, that still leaves the window open for Darcy. Yeah. Restless said, yeah, she had that gay friend who died of AIDS that she was close with. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and he was the guy who helped her come up with the Elvira look, if I'm not mistaken, as well as the makeup. Yeah, I'm definitely ready for season 5 of Stranger Things. I'm interested in seeing how it's going to end. Let's see, Bumper says he was serving sandwiches for his cousin that missed work that day, and he was shocked I recognized him. Oh, that's cool. But that's so cool that he was shocked that you'd recognize him. But that's awesome. But I mean, Sean's one of those guys that's instantly recognizable. Like, you know, like how you have like those character actors that you may not know their name, but you instantly will recognize their face from anywhere. Like, it doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing. You see that face, you're gonna walk up to him and you're gonna say, I loved you in this. I also loved you in that. So that's a pretty cool experience bumper. Hey, you think season 5 will be the best season ever? Hey, I'm hoping so. I'm still a big fan of season 1 and season 3. Those are probably my favorites so far. I should definitely be on I Like Scary stream. I would definitely enjoy being on Brandon's stream someday. Brandon was super cool when I met him. And any excuse for me to talk horror with people. I have a few friends that do streams as well. But I think I kind of want to be a little bit more comfortable and proficient on my own streams on my own channel before going on someone else's stream and messing up or having equipment issues. So now that I kind of have the kinks worked out with the live stream, it's been a while since I've had a bit of a hiccup with the stream. So I think I'm a bit more prepared with going on someone else's stream for sure. Anthony says people used to say I looked like Roach in high school. That and the black guys used to call me David Spade, which was jokes. Always got along with them. It was on some pink rock hip hop. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, I know how that could be. Where it's just totally out of love. Where it's like, hey man, you look like what such. We're gonna call you this. This is gonna be your nickname now. So that's dope. Yeah, David Spade was that dude, especially in the '90s. He was on a bit of a hot streak. Yeah, I would definitely enjoy meeting you someday, Joseph. Like seriously, if you go to Scarefest next year, I'm gonna look forward to meeting you, buddy. One thing I was just thinking of is like how abundant these free streaming sites are now. Like if you could tell me as a kid that I would be able to just pick movies from my blockbuster for free. The only thing I would have to do is deal with like random commercials interrupting me. I would gladly sign up for that. So we're living in a great age for sure. I mean, the fact that I could find P2, and then I was just thinking like, hey, it would be nice to see ATM as well. Let's see if that's on anything, and then it's available for free. That's pretty awesome. Let's see. Bumper says, I've only been on a Grim Life stream when they were at Tom Devlin's Monster Museum. That was our first time meeting each other. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, I've met Michael and Jessica a couple of times, and it's always a great time to meet them. It's crazy because the way some people feel when they meet me, and I'm not trying to compare myself to bigger YouTubers at all, but that's why I tell people, hey, don't feel afraid to come up to me. I'm just a regular guy. But I feel that way whenever I get around other YouTubers that inspire me, like Michael and Jessica. I know they're super down to earth. They're super cool, and I have a lot of friends that are really close with them and exchange like messages with them on Instagram pretty often. Sometimes I'm a bit intimidated to like hang around them a bit longer than a couple of minutes because I'm like, hey, I know you guys are like super busy and everything, and I don't want to take up like so much of your time. So I'll get going and I'll just like scurry off. But I really really enjoy those small moments with the people that really inspire me, and to know that they're super down to earth. You know, it's one of those opposite of never meet your idols type things. It's like, no, go meet them because they're super cool. Anthony says, I remember the tough black guys asking me where you get those dickies because we all wore the dew colors. Oh, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, man, having a Dickies plug was very clutch back in the days. Now I'd imagine also being in California for sure because being in Tennessee, that's kind of where we got wearing Dickies from. Where from a lot of the California kids that moved out, to Tennessee. Joseph says, I also got to check out the new horror movies. Yeah, definitely. Enjoyed Terrifier 3. Hey, Terrifier 3 was awesome. Are any of you guys going to see Nosferatu or Terrifier 3 in theaters tomorrow? I have my ticket for Nosferatu, but I'm debating on if I want to check out Terrifier 3 in the theaters again. Anthony says we've got like 900 plus VHS tapes in my band studio, even though they're all on Tubi now. Hey, but we got to have physical media. Physical media is very important. Like, I really, really, really wish I had the space for as many of the things that I want to collect. Like, especially in regards to physical media. Like, I have a pretty decent. Thankfully, my mom never threw away my VHS collection. So I have a good amount of stuff sitting in my mom's attic, but I'm just like, it could be in better house conditions for sure. I'm not sure if Mode has gotten a hold to any of those VHS tapes or not, but it's a pretty dry attic. But I really need to grab a lot of those and save them for sure. Yeah, Art the Clown. So Art the Clown's your favorite slasher right now, Joseph? Dope. Anthony says, "Oh, I'm gonna hang out with you till you get annoyed." Hey, you're free to hang out with me for as long as y'all like, for sure. When I tell you guys, hey, I'm gonna crash out, it's simply because I'm gonna crash out, not because I'm annoyed. Uh, Bumper said they asked me to be their bodyguard at one con. I just laughed. Oh yeah, it's because you're a pretty big guy, aren't you, Bumper? Yeah, you're like you said like 6'6" or something, 6'7". Joseph said I would definitely love if I like scary came to your stream. Yeah, definitely. I would definitely enjoy that. Yeah, what was that song Tennessee? Yeah, the Arrested Development song. Joseph says he won't be seeing Terrifier 3 in theaters. Bumper's saying that he's seeing Nosferatu. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see Nosferatu. All right, I'm on another ad. But the ads on Roku have not been as long as the ones on Tubi tonight, so that's dope. Yeah, I need to go save them, Anthony. I really do. My mom tells me about them like every so often. She's just like, "Hey, I still have all those VHS tapes of yours. Do you still want them? Do you want me to throw them away?" I'm like, "No, do not throw them away, no matter what you do." So one of these trips back home, I'm gonna have to grab them. All right, my ad just ended, and I'm at 1 hour, 1 minute, and 11 seconds for anyone just joining on ATM. The link is pinned in the chat. Okay, yeah, so you're 6'7". Yeah, Bumper, that's crazy. Did you play any basketball growing up, or did you play volleyball or anything? Yeah, Nosferatu looks so good. I've all of the spoiler free reviews that I've checked out have had very high regards. So I'm really looking forward to it. Things are really ramping up in this film. I love that. Did I like Brandon's friend Terry and his wife Monica and a little scary? Yeah, they were dope. Yeah, they're super cool. But I expected them to be very friendly. Brandon and Terry and Moni, they all kind of remind me of friends back home in at Memphis, and a lot of the friends that I went to college with in Chattanooga. So they're really cool. I look forward to definitely chatting more with Brandon and getting to know him more, and maybe collaborating because he's a really cool dude. Yeah, Brandon's really funny. Brandon said, Arrested Development. Dude, growing up in the 90s, these African necklaces got popular. This was during that, and the crisscross stuff. I'm white ass shit, and I wanted one so bad. The 90s were rad. Yeah, man. The 90s fashions were definitely something to behold. And what's really cool is to see a lot of that stuff coming back now. You know, we're at that moment in time where a lot of the stuff that we grew up with are being appropriated by the kids nowadays. But that's really cool though. I like that. I love how things come full circle. The new Badlands trailer is out too, but I have to say I wasn't too impressed by it, but I'll still watch it. You know what? I need to see the Badlands movie. I've heard that it wasn't good, but I'm really interested in checking it out. Like, just because someone says something is bad doesn't mean that I won't necessarily want to check it out for myself. And I may find some enjoyable parts for it. So, especially since I enjoyed the Badlands games. That was some of my last days in gaming, so that will bring back some fun memories. Okay, so you played basketball, junior varsity, ninth and 10th grade. Cool, cool. Anthony said I played hockey, but before that was super into basketball, trying to get tagged in with the Mexicans. Yeah, okay, cool, cool. So it's good to know that most of us enjoy basketball. I'll tell you, I hit my first shot at high school boys basketball for varsity. Dope, dope. Hey, congrats on that, Joseph. I definitely wish I could play in the NBA. Hey, that would be a dream for sure. Definitely had those hoop dreams as well as a young man. Oh, the Predator movie Badlands. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I heard that's coming out next year. Okay, cool, cool. I was thinking you were saying that there's another Badlands movie coming out so soon after the last one. Okay, well, hey, I'm actually excited for that Predator Badlands film. And that reminds me of how they're already releasing about less than a year after 28 years later comes out. There's going to be the 28 years later the boneyard or whatever it's called, the bone field. I think it's what it's called, whatever. What well, basically they're coming out with another 28 years later movie, but that's tied into that particular one. So that's pretty cool. Borderlands. That's what it is. Oh, Restless. Jeez. There you go. You're right. Joseph said, I definitely have not seen Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. I would definitely check it out. I haven't seen any of the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey films. Um, I've heard that 2 is better than 1, but one of these days I'll have to check it out. And you're right, oh, Restless. That's right. It was Borderlands. Long day. A lot of eggnog. He said, which I think looked atrocious. Joseph says, I love the Mousetrap Mickey Mouse horror movie. Yeah, I definitely want to see the Mousetrap and what is it, a Scream Boat. So I'm all for the public domain horror. Like they're gonna come out with like a Peter Pan one and a Bambi one. I mean, as long as people can come up with a creative way to actually indulge in a known title, I'm here for it. But will the majority of them be cheap cash grabs like the Krampus, scenario of the past, 15 years? Yeah, it'll definitely be like that. But I'm pretty sure there'll be a gem or two. Yeah, 28 years later looks like it's going to be awesome. So Anthony says, I saw 28 days later, snuck Guinness into the theater. You can hear the bottles roll. My only complaint is how dark the cinematography looked. Yeah, there was some dark cinematography. Um, Definitely wasn't Alien versus Predator Requiem in regards to darkness. I remember seeing Alien versus Predator Requiem on a very bad bootleg, and I remember thinking, "Geez, this is dark. This is a terrible bootleg. I'm gonna have to see this when it actually comes out on DVD, and I'm pretty sure it'll look better." Nope, wrong, wrong. Yeah, I want to check out Screenbook for sure, and plus it's David Howard Thornton. So if David Howard's in something with his I love his use of his body in acting. You can tell he definitely trained in mime. Yeah, I do want to see Death of a Unicorn. That looks pretty cool. That looks like a fun creature feature. Like, I want to learn why it's very difficult to catch a unicorn. And I think that's a pretty unique spin on the unicorn story, because I mean, you just wonder what's so special about catching a unicorn. They tell you that in the film, in the trailer, and then all hell breaks loose. So that seems like a fun film. Oh, Anthony. Oh, things. Oh, things. Wow. You know what? My first time watching things was my first time watching Things and Sledgehammer were watching it for the last drive-in. Now, I had heard for years how infamous these films were. So, needless to say, that was a hard episode to get through. But it was fun because I was watching it with my last drive-in buddies. I'm in a group on Slack, and we watch every the last drive-in episode together. And they're the only ones that got me through it. But with Things, you know how like sometimes you're watching a movie and your mind kind of like drifts off, and it comes back to the movie and you're like, "Oh crap, I just missed something. Let me rewind back to see what I missed." And you may have missed something because you were daydreaming. I was getting that the entire time I'm watching Things. But it wasn't because I was daydreaming. It was because everything was completely illogical. But needless to say, that was a watch of a lifetime. I highly recommend people watch Things at least once in their lifetime to know what an actual bad movie is. But it has a certain charm to it. You have Things on DVD and VHS. Yeah, Things is legendary. Um, Bumper, have a good night, man. Thanks so much for hanging out. Yes, I will see you at Days of the Dead and CreepyCon, brother. So I'll definitely see you then. Merry Christmas. Joseph says Halloween Ends was good. I definitely enjoyed it, but I like the character of Corey Cunningham. He was a great character, but I understand people did not like the movie. Yeah, they did. Halloween Ends kind of did Corey wrong. I feel like if they kind of introduced Corey's character in Halloween 2018, it would have been better received by people, because I think it was kind of too late to include it then, because everyone's waiting for this ultimate end and culmination to, Laurie Strode's story in Halloween. And then we're shifting to Corey Cunningham, which was very interesting. Like, I think the opening to Halloween Ends is brilliant. I think it's just masterclass in how to start a film. But it just kind of did. The writers just kind of did a disservice to you know to the story and what people were expecting in that particular trilogy. Yes, you got yourself in a tailspin. Yeah, every time I think about that episode, the tailspin song comes into my head. Yeah, Corey Cunningham is a pretty bad name, but I mean, I guess they were going for being memorable. Speaking of Corey Cunningham, I'm looking at uh, my my Corey Cunningham mask. So if I ever see Rowan at a con, I'm gonna have him sign this. Oh, oh, oh! Got that falling over. All right. um, I'm the only human on earth that doesn't like Halloween. Three's the best, but I also love anthologies, which was the idea. In the same way, Body Bags was. Yeah, Showtime's answer to Tales from the Crypt. I love Body Bags. Yeah, I enjoy Halloween 3. I like Halloween 3. Um, if there's any Halloween that I'm particularly not a fan of out of all of them, I'm not going to be stereotypical and say Halloween Resurrection. Halloween Resurrection has a little bit of so bad it's good for me. I mean, I can't help but to laugh at all of Busta Rhymes' scenes in the film. Um, the fact that Tyra Banks gets killed. Um, there are a few things. I mean, I can see why people dislike the opening with how they handled Lori. That was one thing I totally did not like, and that's my main gripe with that film. But as far as the Halloween film that I don't like the most, it's probably Halloween probably Halloween 5 because they really dropped the ball on the great ending that Halloween 4 had. And I think if they kind of would have went with one of the alternative scripts for Halloween 4, probably would have went a little bit better. Hey, thanks a lot, Joseph. You're just not a fan of Anthony. I get that. No, yeah, just not a good fan. Yeah, of no Michael Myers being in Halloween 3. I get it. You like Halloween on Atari 2600 with that huge knife and him slicing the babysitter's heads off. Yeah, that game's pretty awesome. Is that Halloween H2O was a really good Halloween movie. I love when Josh Hartnett, friend in the movie, said romantic thriller. Yeah, yeah. I love that Katie Sackhoff's in that one. Katie's pretty funny in that one. Well, no, Katie Sackhoff's in Resurrection. The one I'm thinking of in oh my gosh, the who's the woman in H2O who's really famous now? Oh my gosh, her name's on the tip of my tongue. I'm so mad because any other time I could think of her name. Hold on, let me. Oh my gosh, I'm so mad. Let me see. Michelle Williams. Michelle Williams. There you go. Yeah, she was so cute in H2O. And the cycle repeats itself with the ATMs. Yep, yep. The Dawson's Creek chick. Yeah, Dr. Loomis. Yeah, Donald Pleasance really held it down. Like Donald Pleasance and Danielle Harris really held down the Halloween franchise when Jamie Lee Curtis left. Yeah, like between them and Mustafa Akkad. Oh, you've been to the Dawson's Creek house? Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, that's the cool thing about living in California. Like you're like near all the filming locations for everything. Like that's something that's like so surreal for like everyone that lives like for like unless you live in like there's only a few places where you could get that experience where it's like okay, you got LA, you got New York, Chicago, Atlanta, maybe New Orleans as far as having filming locations that you can walk by that everyone loves to see that you consider like oh okay it's just a normal day. And the fact that you can have celebrities just walk down the street, they can go to your local grocery store, they can go to your local bar, and then people are just like oh yeah that's just such and such, he comes here on Tuesdays. It's like so crazy. Okay, so the DC house is in Wilmington, North Carolina. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I love how there's like that's the cool thing about a lot of places that are filming outside of like the stereotypical areas, like how like a lot of stuff is filmed in Georgia and South Carolina, and then of course North Carolina's always had a bit of a history for studios with Dino De Laurentiis and his studio being out there, and then also the notoriety with Brandon Lee and everything. Yeah, she was a really good child actress. Yeah, so I was just saying they were seeing See No Evil earlier. So that's definitely dope that we have a mention of See No Evil 2 here. But yeah, I've seen See No Evil 2. I mean, if Danielle Harris is in something, that's definitely an incentive for me to watch it. So you went to NC when your buddy's wife was dying to help with the kids. I was pissed off one day and he wouldn't tell me where we're going. It was those houses. Ah, man, that's nice. That's a nice memory, man. I could tell you're a great friend, Anthony, man, that you went out there to help your friend in that time of need when he definitely needed a friend. And that reminds me of why I really love the horror community because it's filled of so many great people that will give you the shirt off their back if you needed it. People really give their last for, people in the horror fandom. Oh, that's the one filmed in San Diego too. Oh, cool, cool. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I try to. I mean, I try to always give off the same energy that I receive in this community. It's such a creepy ending. It's like he's still out there. He's still out there. I thought that was a dope ending to this film as well. Pretty good film. I also just have to say I'm a straight man. Hey, I feel you, brother. It's all good. I, hey, we all have to let it be known what we represent nowadays. So hey, nothing wrong with that. Is the Joseph says, would you think Daniel Harris will return to Halloween as Jamie Lloyd and have one more final showdown with Michael Myers? I would totally support that. I know she has a very good relationship with the Halloween franchise right now. With she's really cool with Malika Akkad. I know she's friends with him, and so I wouldn't put it against either doing some sort of legacy sequel to Halloween 4, or with the I remember them saying that they were thinking of possibly doing like some sort of like Halloween show or some sort of Halloween anthology show. And if they did, it would be nice to do like an episode revolving around Jamie Lloyd post Halloween 4 as an adult. Storage space is overdue. Right. Yeah, definitely at the end of that film is definitely overdue. Yeah, I would totally watch that. I would love to see them show some proper respect to Jamie Lloyd. I mean, if people were dissatisfied with how Laurie Strode reached her demise at Halloween Resurrection, so we can retcon Halloween 5. Because I mean, even though the story continued with Halloween 5, there were just so many mistakes with Halloween 5. That's my least favorite Halloween sequel, mainly because of just how they just dropped the ball with that. So if they could do something to correct Halloween 5 and beyond, I would really enjoy that. It would be a proper way to show love to Danielle Harris, um, and give her a proper send off for Jamie. And I think that people would be totally welcoming to that. I don't think people would be up in arms about that. Yeah, I have my Danielle Harris 5 poster as well. She's literally right across from me, right here on that wall. Yeah, and exactly. And plus, you would want them to also do Rachel correct as well, because for them to kill Rachel like they did, that's like Dewey levels of disrespectful for killing off a beloved character. So that would be great to see Danielle and Ellie Cornell come back and reprise their roles as Jamie and Rachel. That would totally right a major wrong. The last Halloween's worth of shit. Let me know. I'll catch cause I've been avoiding it based off the poster. Mask looks like concrete. Well, Anthony, I'll put it like this. I wasn't necessarily satisfied with Halloween Ends. It actually infuriated me the first time I saw it because that was not what I was wanting to see at all. That was not what I was wanting for the end of the franchise, at least for that particular timeline. I think that the introduction of Corey could have been handled a whole lot better. I think that it definitely could have been handled a whole lot better, but I think they probably could have introduced Corey in Halloween Kills at least to give people a bit of time to get used to him. Introducing a brand new character that is a pretty big chunk of that movie is a pretty jarring experience. Some people um, it just really gave a lot of mixed reviews and mixed feedback from people. Some people really, really enjoyed it. Some people really, really hated it. For me, I'm just kind of like it is what it is now. There are some parts to it that I like. There are some pretty good kills to it, but there are some things that are probably going to make you mad. I'm just going to keep it honest. There are some things in Halloween ends that will probably make you mad, considering where Halloween kills ends off. Let's see. Anthony says, "Wait, did I see some trapped in a basement? Right, or am I tripping?" Well, I mean, P2, I mean, had a little bit of a basement part to it, so that could have been it. That could have been it. And then also in Christmas Evil, there was a little bit of griminess to it, so that could be where you could have gotten the basement part from. Let's see. Joseph says, "Wait, have you seen Top Gun Maverick? I love that movie. Top Gun Maverick was awesome. That is a legacy sequel that I was totally satisfied with. You know how like a lot of people will say, well, that movie took too long to come out with the sequel. The time kind of passed. I was hoping, well, I was expecting, I should say, that to be the case with Top Gun Maverick, but it was great. I think it was the case where technology kind of caught up with um, a film sequel for it to be perfect timing for it to work. Kind of like with Mad Max's Fury Road, how it had been so long since the previous Mad Max film, but technology kind of caught up with the aspirations of the director. So it was something that worked out perfectly. Growing up in SoCal, basements are rare. Yeah, I get that. Growing up in Tennessee and living in Texas, you don't really see many basements. Like growing up in Tennessee, I can probably count on my hand the amount of basements that I saw. But all of my friends that live in the Midwest, they all have basements. Everyone on the East Coast, basements. It's so crazy to see. Like it's wild. Yeah, I totally thought basements were like an imaginary thing as a kid. Yeah, like the closest thing that I could think could be like a West Coast basement would be like a bomb shelter, like in Gleaming the Cube, like how that one dude lived in his room was his parents' bomb shelter. Oh, that was like so dope. As a kid, I thought that was like the coolest setup in a film. Like to have a bomb shelter room, oh, that's sick. Let's see. Anthony says Maverick was better than I expected. I've been to the Top Gun school. My hockey coach had a kid in our team that was a big time friend. He had access. Oh, that's dope. That would have been so cool to see the Top Gun school. Yeah, like Maverick was way better than I expected it to be. Those camera shots are unreal. So that's dope. All right, Joseph says, "Okay, this was fun, guys. Let's see. I have fun rocking out with you guys in the chat. See you guys in the next stream. Also, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hey, Merry Christmas, Joseph, and a Happy New Year. We're gonna most likely I'll maybe do a special stream tomorrow because I normally watch Inside every year, but I may decide to do a special stream if anyone wants to watch Inside with me. I know it's on Tubi, so if you're free, come join me for that, Joseph. But take care, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. Yeah, Anthony says growing up, I always thought if you had like two or three stairs, yeah, if you had like two or three flights of stairs, you were rich. Yeah, same here. I grew up in a one-story household, so the people that had like two stories, they were definitely rich in my eyes. Oh, and if you had like an upstairs and a basement, oh yeah, you definitely had to have been getting money. So can you just imagine a kid like me? Like, oh yeah, so you were probably like me seeing Home Alone then. Where you're just like, yeah, these people are obviously rich. You have like three stories and a basement. Yeah. Yeah, old Russell says, never had a basement too swampy. Yeah, I know some people that have like unfinished basements, and that is like the creepiest thing ever to me. Like I can see if you had a a finished basement, but some people have finished basements and they're still like kind of dank and damp looking and everything like that. And that is what it is. But yeah, unfinished basement is a completely different beast. Is he and horror still awesome, man? We can say scary. Yeah, watch some horror movies. Yeah, definitely. Joseph, stay scary. Anthony says, Gleam in the Cube, he was like living in a nice sewer. I feel you. Yes, yes, yeah. Joseph definitely got to make those dreams come true, man. Keep filming. Yeah, all right. Hey, on this side of 40, um, pretty much walking upstairs sucks for real. Definitely. I'm not trying to walk up any stairs. That's why at this point I'm just like ranch style homes for sure. That's the best thing about Texas. You can just get a huge ranch style home. I saw Home Alone twice. Second time was after I got a laser inside and a step on the. Ooh. Yeah, when Vanilla Ice was the. Yeah. Yeah. Home Alone and that's the time and the place. Home Alone, Vanilla Ice, you know, any type of ice or cold sounding rap name. Ice T, Ice Cube, Vanilla Ice, you know. It was just that time. But yeah, guys, it was good hanging out with y'all tonight. It's a blast. I hope y'all have a very Merry Christmas. I'm gonna call it a night. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do a stream tomorrow. Most likely after I see Nosferatu, and we'll likely just watch Inside, my favorite Christmas horror film. If you haven't seen it, you're in for a doozy, a bloody good time. So, guys, I'll most likely come back. It'll be late afternoon when I'll do that. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me again tonight for the second part of the live watch party. Old Restless, it's good to have you come through. If you have time tomorrow, I'll see you then. But if not, the next time you're able to come through to a live stream, catch you later. Anthony says, dude, I got robbed for Christmas. My sister got a CD player, didn't get the receiver, so they had to get that. I got board games. Oh man, that's the worst time for something like that to happen. But that's why we call this time of year Robin season. So if you've ever seen the the Donald Glover show ATL or Atlanta, the whole second season is based around that because it takes place around Christmas and all types of robbing schemes are going on. But anyway, we'll talk more about that later and how Christmas is Robin season. But everyone, y'all take care. Have a very Merry Christmas and hunted holidays. I'll catch you tomorrow if you'll be in the room. But I am your travel guide, Brendan, with the Horror Green Book signing off, letting you know that it is scary in those streets. So let me know that you made it home safely.